Welcome to Grace Over Grit and Grow, the podcast where we empower women to be who they are while gracefully while being unapologetic.
While being unapologetic.
Unapologetic.
I am Monique Fisher.
I'm Alita Anderson.
And no, we hadn't started drinking yet. But
Not yet.
But it's a new year.
It is.
And we're going to do things a little different. We do a toast at the beginning. We do one
Yes.
at the end. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
right.
We made it. We
Okay,
made
that
it.
drink. So we in a new year.
We are. Ooh, although I will say this time last year, no, we got a couple more weeks, but January felt like a whole year last year,
Shit, yeah.
2025.
There's a
So
lot
the
going
fact
on.
that we made it through all 12 of the months in 2026.
2025.
Oh,
you
soon
been
2025.
drinking already.
Oh, Lord.
We can't drink
I'm
this
speaking
early.
into existence. We're all going to be just fine. We're going to make it through this year prosperous, healthy, and vibrant.
Yeah.
But 2025, my goodness, I feel like last year, at least for me, every month was the 1st to 15th, end of the month.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, beginning, middle, end. It was a blur.
Yeah. I had a good time though. I did some things. I look back on
You
my
always
pictures
have a
on
good time.
2025. I had a good time. I worked my behind off, but
Oh, God.
I had a good time with it too. You know.
It was okay. It wasn't a bad year. Like nothing catastrophic happened, but
Right.
it made me put in perspective some things I want to do a little bit different this year.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so. So have you made any resolutions?
I'm not the resolution type of girl. And I'm also not the new year because for me, I'm like, it's a blessing to wake up and be able to just start a new day every day. So as you know, if I decide to pivot, I pivot.
Yes, I know.
I pivot. And it doesn't have to be a new year for me. Although I do like the, refresh, restart and everything of the new year. I think it's just so much pressure of like, what's the difference between January 1st, 2026 versus February 2nd of 2026? You always have a choice to restart.
Yeah, but it's more of a universal thing, and I think other people around you do a fresh start. So that may help you to communicate and work with people, and deal with people a little better, at least for 30 days.
At least for the 30 days.
For 30 days.
See, I'm a lone ranger. So.
Yes, you are. So,
So, yeah, I agree. But I think with anything, though, if you have that support group around you, the accountability of letting people know, like if you tell people
Girl,
you are about to, I'm about to eat better, and then they see you with the Snickers, and then they'll be like, hey, Monique, did you say?
and
you'll
then
be
I say, mind your business. So that don't work. That's my
For
own
you, for
resolution.
other people, they'll be like, oh gosh,
Right.
I'm gonna have to sneak and eat this in the car because
That's
people
my
know.
own resolutions because
People
it's
know.
not.
No,
Yeah.
it's not. And they said actually it was the statistics that 2 weeks into the new year, over 80% of the people have already tossed aside whatever they said they were not going to do or going to do, whatever that resolution looked like.
So them gyms was crowded at 5, 6 a.m. this morning. And then
Exactly.
by, what's the day, the 5th? So by the 19th, it ain't gonna be nobody in the gym.
No.
Yeah, that sounds
No, and
about
it's funny
right.
because people that actually go to the gym, that's one of their pet peeves is they talk about that, like all these new people coming
All
in.
these new people
You just
coming
wait it
in.
out. So the rush is coming, everybody. Because it's like we talked about before. People see the end result of stuff, and then once you realize, oh, I'm gonna put in some work, I'm gonna change some things, I'm gonna have to not do some things that I have done, or do some things that I have not done. Is this really something I want? That's why I think it's important for your resolution not to just be a, not to say you can't have a pie in the sky dream or goal, but I think it really has to mean something for you to stick with it.
Yeah.
As with any lifestyle change.
Right. Yeah. And it's not a goal until you write it down. So and put a plan around it.
I was
and
just
really
about to
work
say
it.
that. Action.
So if you just say, I'm gonna lose 30 pounds this year, and just put that out there in the universe, let it float, see what happens. That really doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't. Like, what are you going to do differently? What is the plan? Like, sometimes it's your day. Sometimes it's the food. Like, it's a whole bunch of things that you can look at. But I think also when we rush into the new year, we sometimes miss reminiscing on the year prior.
We do.
Like, what caused me to now need to lose this 30 pounds? What do I do that? sometimes, and I think people want this big aha, this grand thing, and sometimes it's just small things like I'm going to park a little further from the entrance and walk. I'm going to.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that because I lost my hand. Go ahead.
I don't feel
feel
bad
like
for
you're
you.
touching on something personal.
You're gonna be right next to me now.
I am today. My car is right across from yours. Yeah.
But you know, when you think about that, it's like sometimes just those small steps, and when you look up, it's like, man, even with like savings, I'm gonna put $20 aside, I'm gonna put $50 aside. And you start doing, you look up, and then it's accumulated. But until you get to that, you don't really see the reward. And I think that's the thing, the instant gratification and the reward is sometimes what allows people to steer off.
Yeah, and it's especially the instant gratification. So yeah, they're not gonna stick to it. So resolutions to me, they can cause stress and anxiety. Because if you are a person that kind of plans and put things into place, and then you put all this pressure on yourself up front on January 1, now you got anxiety behind it. And then you still don't get anything done.
Yeah.
So just, again, if it's a goal of yours for this year, great. This is a great time to set goals, but it's about having a plan and the action.
What are some of the things, because you're really good at putting together plans and sticking to it. What are some of the suggestions that you have for like, how do I even go about, like, I want to do, okay, one of mine for this year is I want to learn how to swim.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm in my big old age, don't know how to swim. So, what does that look like? For me, I'm like, and like you talked about, that gave me a little anxiety because I'm like, okay, if I go in the mornings before work, then what am I going to do with my hair? So what are my hairstyles going to be? If I go in the evenings, yeah. So just like planning all the other stuff around it to make sure those things happen.
Hair is always an issue, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, it is.
Okay, so why do you want to learn how to swim? It's just
one, I think it'd be a good form of exercise.
Okay.
And two, I love a beach. I have swimsuits and swim hats. You wouldn't know that I couldn't. I don't know how to swim. I have the
ensembles. To be cute.
I know. I like
ensembles can't get wet either.
No, they don't get wet.
Yeah, you can't get the
I
ensembles wet.
So
no.
I'm laying on the beach and I'm like, I really just want to learn how to swim. And then I think too, also, I don't want to, my grandson, I don't want him to swim and I don't want to be fearful around water.
Okay. Okay. Well, I think it's taking a class. I've taken a swim class that's not every day.
Right.
You don't have to do it every day. I think that's another thing. Then we go hard at it. So I truly believe, truly believe definitely by the end of January, most people are out of their resolutions.
Oh yeah. They're like,
because then they go hard at it and they can't sustain that because it doesn't really fit into their daily lives or the way they move.
And that's why I said yes.
So you have to do something. And I know you're big on words, right?
Yes.
Doing the word. And my word for this year is moderation. And I think that's the key to it all. So if you're starting something new, you can't go 5 days a week swimming.
Right.
I'm going to learn how to swim in 2 weeks and be done.
Right.
Maybe 2 times a week. And see how that goes and make that work for you. So that's my thing is whatever you do, moderation. We tell real estate agents, there's this theory out there that you do 20 calls a day. Oh, if you do 5 a day consistently,
it's better than 0.
It's better than 0.
And you will get results.
You get results. They won't get them as fast. But if you get 20 contacts calls in for the whole week, I'm good with you.
And it helps you build that muscle where you now like, okay, I can do 5. Now I'm gonna do 6. Now I'm gonna do 7.
Right.
Now you can work your way up. Or sometimes people go from 5 to 10 or whatever in groups of 5. What that looks like for you, but one is like you just mentioned, of getting it on your schedule, getting it done, and knowing that you can do it. Because I think a lot of it too is the fear behind it of and I think too that's what some of the fear and shame of people stopping. It's like, okay, I said I was going to go 5 days. I've only gone 1 this week. This is not working. Okay, but how many did you go last year? If you went 0 last year and you went 1 time this week to the gym, cool. Then maybe that's your thing, 1 time a week. Or maybe you do 1 or twice a week or whatever it is. But I think it's okay to adjust. I think it's not a all or nothing.
It's
So,
not
like you said, moderation is a big thing. And sometimes you really do think and put that plan together and think that this is going to work, but life has a way of reminding us we got some stuff to do.
we just have stuff to do.
And if it doesn't work, I don't think that's something that you should take back, but just figure out how to do it. But my word, you mentioned words. My word for this year is intentional.
Okay.
And with that, that's allowing me to decide what fits into what I want to do.
There you
So I've listed out those things like, okay, I'm going to be intentional about doing these things. And if you come to me with something else that's outside of that, I'm like, how does that really align with what I want to do or the path that I'm on? And if it doesn't, it's a no. But it gives me that space to not have to be everywhere and in everything.
It relieves pressure.
Mm-hmm.
It relieves pressure that you don't feel like I have to say yes to stuff because I got a plan and I know what I'm trying to do. Right. And that's the same thing with moderation.
Yeah.
I don't have to do it all at once. So if I don't feel like going out with you, I'm not.
Exactly.
And it's okay.
It is okay. And I think that's a part of it. People don't give themselves that grace. It's like hey, I have to do these things. Like, any new skill, or sometimes it's not even a new skill. Sometimes it's just something that you've gotten away from doing and you want to get back into
and get back into.
And I'll take, for example, I read a lot and I haven't been reading as much. I've been listening to audiobooks and things like that, but I really do enjoy just sitting down and reading. I know that I can't go back to my habits of reading as much as I did right now, just with time and everything else.
Right, with all that's going on.
Yeah. So even if I want to do it, I know I can't say, oh, well, before I did 3 books a month or whatever it was, and just jump right back into that. It's like you said, it's the moderation piece of it. And what's realistic? It's like a fine line.
It's a fine line
between you setting a goal, because you also don't want to just do a layup goal where it's like
it's a fine line between love and hate. Okay, no, I just had to throw that in. Okay.
But think about it, that's true though.
And that's true.
Because you're sitting right here and you're like, ooh, because if it doesn't push you or make you just a little bit uncomfortable, you probably need to do a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because you don't want that so you have to think about what that goal means to you and the why behind it. Because if you don't have a strong enough why, and if you don't have a plan in place, you're not going to stick to it.
You're not going to stick to it. That's true. Mm-hmm. So, for example, for me, in 2024, I lost 51 pounds. Mm-hmm. In 2025, I gained 3 of those pounds back.
Okay.
But I only gained 3 back.
Right.
So, and so then I had to say to myself, okay, what was so different? And it was the exercise. Mm-hmm. I wasn't as intentional about exercising as I was. I did it here and there.
Right.
So and it wasn't even moderation. Some months I just didn't exercise. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. So as I reflect on that, what am I going to do different this year to get that weight loss started back again? Mm-hmm. The other thing I noticed too, I went back and looked at my journals. In 2024, I just said I wanted to lose weight. I didn't put a pound. I didn't put a date. In 2025, I said I need to lose 20 more pounds by my birthday. And didn't do anything. Right.
Oh, that's interesting.
So it varies. It's an aha moment for me.
Yeah.
So I want to lose some more weight. I definitely need to lose more weight, but I have to be intentional about it. But I'm not putting a date on it and I'm not putting a pound on it because I think, again, that's that pressure. Mm-hmm. So you have to give yourself grace and you can kind of say, I know I need to do some exercise. I'm going to do that. I'm going to get up, exercise. I'm going to eat a little better. But I'm not going to put dates and amounts behind it because I think it's somehow we sabotage ourselves.
And that's a good reflection because some people on the opposite side need those to stay accountable.
Yeah.
So you got to know yourself and reflect and see
know
yourself and know what works for you. So that's good.
Yeah. So I can't pressure myself like that. So that's why I came up with my word moderation. Mm-hmm. Got to keep the pressure off, the anxiety. I know what I need to do. Mm-hmm. I just need to do it.
Yeah.
I just need to do it.
That's good. I like that. Mm-hmm. And that's similar to, I think, for instance, like when I look at real estate, I look at a business, I'm like, oh, last year I didn't do as much as I normally did. But then I'm like, yeah, but we have a whole brokerage that we've been running. We've been doing the training programs from. We've done events. So it's like I have a full-time job doing that. And then I also have my real estate as well. So Was it realistic to think that I was going to be able to stay, at that same level? Probably not.
Mhm.
But this year going into it, I understand that, and I have some goals set for real estate, and I'm also blocked time so that it allows me to do both,
Right.
so that I can set those up. But like I said, I kind of just was like, oh, what happens, happens, and wasn't very intentional about doing it.
Right. But I think this year, for both of us, we are going to increase our personal business.
Yeah.
Putting plans together for that, and that's okay because we do have the brokerage up and running, and not that we still are not going to focus on that, but we don't have to be as intense with it because there's so much to put in place. We now have processes. And it's part of what we tell our agents too. You have to have systems and processes to get you going, and that takes time. It's quite boring, but once you get there, then it helps you to move forward.
It does, because now you know what needs to be done, and you can kind of identify when something is out of whack. Yes. Where before, it made sense. We're just starting off, so we have to know what we know.
We didn't know what we didn't know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like, what things do we need? How should this be running? But now we can kind of identify those, and like you said, the systems are in place. So it's not that it's on autopilot, but it doesn't need as much hand holding as it did.
Yeah. So. And see, and I know you probably already got trips planned for the year.
Oh, I do.
Your dates.
I do. We have a busy year this year. We've got a couple trips planned, and my daughter's graduating. She hasn't chosen a college yet, so that's gonna be a thing where she's going away to school.
Yeah.
So yeah, there'll be lots of things happening this year, which makes me be like, okay, so I got to get some stuff done sooner than later because I'm gonna need some time to do those other things too.
And it takes time. Honey, I go on trips as they come up. Somebody say, Monique, you want to go somewhere? I'm like, let me check my schedule. Yep, I want to go. Let's go.
I haven't got to that phase yet. Maybe soon.
I'm like, yep, let's go. Okay, yeah, I want to do that. Let's see if it fit in my schedule. Since you got me keeping a calendar, I blame it all on you.
Oh God.
But no, that's kind of where I'm at. If it comes up, I haven't planned anything specifically, but if somebody say, hey, let's do this. If it's like you said, if it's something I want to do, I'm there.
Yeah. But I think because you have everything set up and because you're working the way that you're working, it allows you to have the option to say yes
or no. Yeah, absolutely.
Because sometimes if you're not set up correctly, you don't have the option to say yes. And that's one of the reasons we work so hard, is so that you can say yes to more things. Absolutely. Not necessarily everything, but the things that you want to do.
The things that you want to do.
Yeah. But it's also give and trade. Sacrifices on both ends. Because there's some things, because you're doing this, sometimes you can't do that. You have to figure out what makes sense. And I think that's where the burnout comes in.
That is.
Of thinking you can do and be everywhere.
And you cannot.
And it's not even productive to do that, to figure out what you need to hone in on, and then just work smarter.
But yeah, my hope for people out there that are doing all of these resolutions or saying all these things, that, have some grace with it, really think about what it is that you want to accomplish, and week by week, try to accomplish the goals that you need to. It's not you can't just jump all in.
Yes.
You can't say, like I said, I'm gonna go swimming every day, learn how to swim.
Right.
That takes a lot of energy. Like you said, you worried about your hair, and then and it takes time away from your schedule. Just getting there, actually doing it, then taking a shower, getting ready, and then going to the next thing. So it may be a 35-minute swimming class, but that's 2 hours out of your day.
Yes.
So you have to think about all of that. And people, I'm gonna go work out for 45 minutes. Yeah, but really, is it just 45 minutes? No, it's not. So unless you retire, don't have nothing to do,
you can just go.
But
I haven't made it there yet either.
Yeah, for those of us still working and things like that, it's more to it than just that.
It is. And celebrate the wins along the way.
Yes.
Like you said, that, it might not be that I fully know how to swim. Maybe now that I can just float or whatever it is, I can jump in by myself and not drown. I don't know, just the small things along the way, so that you can get down the pace. Because like you mentioned, you were able to look at your journal to see where you were, to also reflect on that, to create where you want to be for this year. So I think journaling is a form of therapy. It allows you to release different
It
things,
truly is.
and it allows you to look back, because when you're in something, sometimes if it's difficult, it seems very, very difficult, and you don't understand how things align. But then I know there's been times, for me, when I look back on it and you're like, oh man, I remember I was so stressed out about that. And then you look at the end like, why was I so stressed out about it?
Yeah.
And it also helps you to realize, okay, if I got through that, I can get through this. So those things are very helpful just to build your own spirit and muscle up.
Yeah, absolutely. When I was in counseling for a little while after my mother passed, the one thing I got from it, because I didn't stay long, was the journaling. And she told me about writing things down and how that could be cathartic for you. And so that is an important piece of who I am and what I do. I do journaling. So it's good to look back too.
It is.
It really is.
And those small things you sometimes overlook, like sometimes you learn to do something and you don't remember when you didn't know how to do it.
Exactly.
And one of the things I always, when I hear people say, is that, you get caught up in the hustle and bustle and you move in and like, oh my gosh, I have to go here and do this, whatever. So you pause and you think about it. You're like, you know what? The things that I'm complaining about are the same things that I prayed for however many years or months prior to this. And now that you're in it, you're like, so just take a moment to even be grateful because this is what you asked for.
Yeah.
And this is what it looks like. So it's not always just peaches and cream, but it's a blessing to be able to experience it.
And this year, the 2025, I always cook for Christmas. I have about 20, 25 people over.
Mm-hmm.
And I always feel like, George wants me to cook for the two major holidays, Thanksgiving and Christmas. And so I did just mention to him, I think it was you who said, why don't you cater? Why are you doing all of that? And I said, George, what about catering? He was like, I think that's a good idea. Girl, I almost passed out. So, honey, this was the first year I catered. All I had to do was make a few desserts. Life was good.
Yeah.
It was good. So, tweaking things along the way, because I get so stressed out. I want to have Christmas. I love Christmas. But it's a lot of work,
and before and after.
Yeah, and the family comes and they have a good time, but they don't realize, how much work it is. And that's okay, because I want them just to enjoy, come and be and enjoy. Yes. But yeah, it's getting to be a lot. And even though the guys help me at home, it's still a lot because I'm planning and I want things a certain way. And, I got to go over the top. It can't just be basic. So never basic. So that was a big, big relief for me, just doing that one.
And did you enjoy it a lot more, or was it?
I did, because I didn't care what they ate, what they did. I really did.
We did. So this year we did Christmas with T's family after Christmas. So we did the Saturday after.
I bet you that's a relief.
Yeah, so we just got up on Christmas Day, kind of did our thing as a family, and then everybody came over that Saturday after. And because it was after Christmas, we were kind of like, everybody's kind of over the foods. We did pizza, wings, kept it light.
Right.
We had played some games. We had so much fun where we just did some of the minute to win it games.
Yeah.
The kids exchange gifts. So it was really easy breezy and just relaxed. So it was fun.
Well, I turned around and then Kyle's birthday is New Year's Eve.
Oh, yeah.
So I turn around and have chili day.
Okay.
And everybody comes over maybe 3-4 days after. So on December 30th, everybody came over to the house and we played all the games and we had chili and nachos.
Yeah.
Just had a good time. Yeah. So I do it back to back. So that's, it's cool. It is. And Kyle loves it. He just has such a good time. Because he's a big family guy. So yeah. So then New Year's Eve, his actual birthday, we don't see him.
He's like, now I made other plans.
Yeah, he calls us on New Year's Eve on January 1st, say Happy New Year, because he's never with us. So, yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, and that's to say, it doesn't have to be, like we talked about before when we were talking about holidays and making things easier. Reevaluate some of what these traditions are, and the meaning of the tradition. Like it could have been, like you said, we were cooking dinner and it was just like
Because the turkey was so cheap. That's why we had turkey.
Like, why we have
right.
Oh, so
and
why
dressing
are we doing
because
this?
it's more reasonable to do for a lot of people, you know. And so
the whys behind things, and I'm like, you realize like we don't really have to do it this way. The goal of us to get together and have a good time. What does that look like for everybody?
Right. There's
switch
this,
it up.
It's not a parable, it's a story. This man was talking to his wife, and she would buy this roast, and she cut half of the roast off, and then throw part of it away. And the husband said, "Why do you do that?" She said, "Because my mother did it all the time." And he was like, "Okay, but did you ask her why she would take off half, cut part of the fourth of the roast and throw it away?" She said, "No, but that's how you do it." So he asked her, you know what she said? "I never had a pan big enough to fit the whole roast."
Those blind traditions.
So she just was doing it. So she was like, "I could cook that part too." She was like, "Girl, I know you ain't throwing that." Then she's mad at her saying, "I know you're not throwing that roast away."
Yeah.
She said, "My pan was too small. I gonna get a bigger pan." You got bigger pan. So just you gotta ask why. Why are we doing
definitely
this? Learn the question why. Right.
Yes.
But yeah.
That's funny.
But I think 2026 is gonna be a good year.
I think it is. It's only up from here. I think there's I think people are becoming more resilient. I think at first we had a lot of marshmallow people society where people would just be like, "Oh God, no."
Still think that, but okay.
I mean, I think it's getting better. People are a little bit resilient, and
that's what
hopefully
you want to be positive about. I'm a roll with it. I don't think that.
So I think it's gonna bounce back some, be able to do some different things. Because things are moving a little bit differently than they have in the past.
Yeah, I mean, like the price of gas is going down. I think if people start seeing the economy do a little better, I think people will mentally do better, because people like to complain about stuff. The gas so high, this is so high, but the price of gas is under $3 in the Chicagoland area. Yeah. So, I think as people see that prices go down, I think they'll start doing a little better. Yeah. I don't know about the marshmallow effect. So.
We'll see. Well, not as many meltdowns, hopefully. We'll see. I don't know. But I just think the year as a whole, we're going to have to do things a little bit differently. I see it different. I know you see it too with real estate, even with people looking to sell their homes, people looking to buy.
People are in the market already.
They are. So, and they're really like, what do I need to do? Trying to be prepared, sitting down, having those consultations. So that's working. And just being really very candid about what the expectations are, because it's changed. The market has changed compared to the last couple of years. But that doesn't mean it's bad, it just means it's different. So you have to understand and see if it still makes sense for you to either sell or buy in this market. And if it does, cool. And if you have to wait, that's fine too.
That's fine too. But make a plan.
Make a plan. So, and that's one of the things that we do very well, is to sit down and create plans and processes to let you know, hey, these are the A, B, and C things you need to do to get ready. This is your end date, and this is how we can roll.
Yeah, because the price of houses are not going down.
No.
And taxes are going up. So the more you wait, the more you're getting in the game later and later, and that's less and less equity that you have to be able to use. Yeah. Or to do whatever you need to do. So.
And I always laugh because I tell people, if I told you, hey, I have something that once you buy it, it can't be made again. It appreciates, and you could pass it to your kids and grandkids and have it be an asset for them. Would you do it? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, that's land. Like, nobody, we can make a whole lot of stuff. They haven't 3D printed land yet. Yeah, not yet. So, the land, their home, those are things that can and do change generations. So I know people sometimes want to get in, they want the mansion on the hill. just get a cottage with a driveway. Like start it off. You got to start somewhere.
You do not have to start with a forever home.
No, you do
That
not.
is not the goal. The
That
goal
is
is to
not.
get into the market, get into the game,
Mm-hmm.
and then escalate up.
It is, and that's why I think it's so important that you sit down and talk to someone that's going to explain to you the differences. Because yeah, we could definitely sell you a house at a high price point, but we don't want you to be house poor. We want you to enjoy life, enjoy other things besides living in your home,
Yes.
being able to furnish your home, pay utilities and taxes, all those things. So we'll talk to you about creating that plan and what it looks like for you, because it doesn't look the same for everybody. And I think that's a misnomer that people again see this person and be like, oh, if they did that, then I have to do that. You don't.
You don't.
It can make sense for you.
It used to be that people would move every 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's 11.
I can
Because of
definitely
the
see that.
prices of houses,
Mhm.
right? So you need to stay in your house a little longer and gain a little bit more equity.
Yeah.
So you can go and hit that next level that you want to hit. So just know that, the thing is to get in the game.
Yeah, I remember in 2020 when COVID hit. Man, I mean, we got that's the year we got a patio outside. A couple of our neighbors got pools. Everybody was like, "Well, we stuck in this house. We about to do some stuff." So we did. We had the patio. Like, "Ooh, at least I can go sit out on the patio and enjoy the backyard, do some of things."
Yeah.
So I think people started doing that and like really loving, their homes and
Their
making it
space.
and hanging on to it just a little bit longer.
I want to talk about something random.
Okay,
I saw something yesterday about the robots.
which robots?
There are robots that are now working in factories. Honda,
Uh-huh.
really in Savannah, Georgia.
Uh,
They're really creating these robots to do this, the real rudimentary thing.
Yes.
The back-breaking work for
Mhm.
people. But here's just a random thing. So they had the robots just do like a cartwheel and all of this. You know what they couldn't do?
What?
They couldn't duck walk. The robots started duck walking and fell apart. So people, that's another thing with this AI and thinking about robots, all of that, that's not going to take over everything.
No.
It's just not.
No.
Yeah, they're going to need people
creating other lanes.
It creates other lanes. So that's what I want to talk about too.
Yeah.
In the new year, that don't be afraid of artificial intelligence and what's coming. It can't take over humans.
It cannot. And learning how to repair and do some things on your own, whether it be with AI and everything else, that's going to be beneficial
That's going to be
for you.
bit beneficial for you.
Yeah.
And it may take away some jobs,
Mhm.
some basic factory jobs, but that means you just need to build your skill set in a different way.
Exactly.
To be able to do these jobs. So they don't need somebody to watch these robots.
Exactly. Somebody's got to make and build the robots, maintain, repair,
Mhm.
all that.
Yeah, but that was so funny.
It's
One
like,
leg went that way, the other leg
like,
went
what
that
is
way.
this?
And it was like, oh my God, it just broke down. So I know we talk about that, and we talk about that a lot in real estate,
Yeah.
right? With AI and real estate agents are wondering, is it going to take over? You can use it to enhance your business, the way you do things, but nobody will replace us as consultants and really understanding as homeowners what the process is like, what the journey is like.
Yes.
We put the feeling and emotion into it. And so I just want to say, don't fear that.
No, that not at all. Embrace it. Embrace change. It's like the people who say, "Oh, that internet, that's going away."
Right.
Like, did it?
Did it?
I think not.
My dad said that about rap music. He said it's going away. I said, yeah, okay. A hip hop a hippie. And it's still here to stay. Now that's a whole different form now.
Yes,
but
it's
still here.
Yep.
So we have to learn how. I'm saying all this to say we have to learn how to embrace change.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we have to build a different skill set, as I said before. But hey, change can be good.
It can. It's people get, I think, overwhelmed when it catches them off guard or they're not prepared. So I won't even say off guard, because a lot of times it's stuff you knew you just didn't prepare for.
Didn't prepare for, you ignored it.
Yeah. So cool.
Well,
I think that's it.
That's it. Because I'm talking about random stuff. Let's do one more toast to 2026. Yes. Well, we hope that you all are starting the new year off with a bang.
Yes.
Don't stress yourself out. I mean, if you don't get anything else from these messages and episodes, is do things in moderation, take your time, enjoy life, have some experiences, be with family, and live in that moment. You know, we get into these places too with these phones, we taking pictures and doing this and that and this and that. Let's enjoy each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's about the experiences and the time spent. We only have
Absolutely.
so many minutes in a day. So do them with things that you love, people that you love,
Mhm.
and make sure whatever your resolution or whatever your changes are things that you actually mean something to you, not just because somebody said it
Right.
or you think this is the thing you should be doing. And guess what? If you fail, just start over.
Start it.
January 1 doesn't have to be the reset. You can reset every single day until you get it right, and be okay with making changes and alterations to whatever your resolution or your goal planning session is. Well, I know one thing for sure. You can find us where?
Oh goodness, it's been a while. Facebook,
Yes.
Instagram, and YouTube.
Yes,
Look
you
at
gotta
me.
look at 2026 is gonna be a
It's gonna be a good
spectacular
year. You see
year.
how that just flowed? It just flowed.
So definitely share your wins with us.
Yes.
Any resolutions?
And if you do have a resolution,
Yeah.
share it with us, or a goal, or whatever it is that you call it. Please.
Let us know.
Yeah, let us know.
We would love to share that. We're gonna start going through like different, because we get comments and people say different things. So we'll start we'll figure out a day that maybe we'll do questions and answers. People can come in, guys come in live. So we're just trying to get some comments up so that we can respond to you and we can make sure another thing, because I seen one comment a couple weeks ago. There's topics or things that you want us to cover. Drop those in the comments as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, because we'd love to cover some things that you want to hear about or know more about. So with that, you know where to find us. I'm Alita Anderson.
I'm Monique Fisher.
And we are Grace Over Grit and Growth. And we are also realtors. So if you know anyone that's looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, please just DM us and let us know. We'd be happy to help.
Yep. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Take care. Bye-bye.